be good to
Who
see
would
a
win
lady
in a
cross.
fight out of
All Japan. Oh my, all Japan.
Kairi Sane's pirate ship or Noah's Ark?
Hey, Kairi Sane's pirate ship. Kairi Sane has apparently been reported to be moving back to Japan, and won't be wrestling with WWE. Her contract had lapsed. WWE wanted her to wrestle a couple more matches before being an ambassador in Japan, because she wants to go back and be with her husband. Obviously, that sparked a lot of rumors for NXT Japan. They've got a performance center in America, a performance center in the UK, and I think they were opening one up.
They wanted to, and then they wanted to buy out. They wanted to buy out. Oh, which promotion was it?
Was it Noah?
Possibly, and then DDT did the thing and saved them because Japan really don't want Japanese wrestling really don't want WWE anywhere near them.
Well, like WWE have both men and women on the roster, whereas like that's not a thing in Japan, is it? It's all
they separate.
Although actually, I swear it's not like that everywhere because I've seen Chris Brooks have matches with.
DDT is the wacky promotion, right? So
DDT I think is cross gender. New Japan and Stardom are like linked, but
they're owned by the same people, but they're keeping them fundamentally separate.
Yeah, there was a Wrestle Kingdom this year. There was a women's match on first, which is the first time I think ever that.
Well,
happened.
yeah, like on the pre-show, which wasn't filmed.
Yeah.
Warm-up show.
But obviously, the last time we saw Nia Jax was her getting injured by Nia Jax. Apparently, Paul Heyman has come out to say that was a work, and that was her retirement match. What?
Nothing.
Well, I was reading this. It all seems a little convoluted. Like, so basically, I think Kairi was going, like, her contract's expiring. I think she was planning on going regardless, and they thought they could turn it into some kind of like injury retirement kind of angle. So, yeah, I don't know, because it sounded like the plan was to for Nia Jax to get heat off of injuring her, but then
Nia Jax is
injured.
Nia Jax doesn't need to do that to get heat. No one likes her.
Like, if you look at the way that Kairi Sane has been treated since she got to the main roster, let her go home, innit?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, she got married and hasn't seen her husband.
Yeah, she got married, moved to the main roster, hasn't seen her husband. She's basically just been in America the entire time. Got put into a tag team where they decided to give her a mouthpiece when it wasn't really necessary. Had matches with several unsafe talents, including Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax. And at this point, just let her go home, innit?
Yeah, you remember that she had that huge injury at TLC, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she had the concussion.
And in the middle of it, Charlotte got annoyed at her for messing up a spot while she was already concussed and then put her through a table as a receipt. So Becky had to push her under the ring.
Kairi's had a very
allegedly. We don't know what happened.
Yeah, Kairi's had a very interesting WWE run. She obviously was NXT Women's Champion. She lost the title at Evolution, I think, if I'm right. Did she lose? No, she lost a ring match at Evolution.
Yeah, no, she was the two-time champion, right? So I think she did lose it at Evolution to Cena.
Yes.
I'm going to Google this.
Anyway, either way, after a time in NXT, she moved up to the main roster as part of a tag team managed by Paige. Eventually, Paige was meant to be their mouthpiece, but they were going nowhere fast. And once they dropped Paige, they really caught fire and became one of the best acts.
Incredible. And she became creepy with that bloody umbrella. She'd spin it and lower it, and you'd see her evil face. And the makeup, the pair of them wore. It
was incredible. I really, really enjoyed the early Kabuki Warriors, man.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. It was fantastic. Like with the Countess's laugh as well, just incredible. And either of you two play Street Fighter?
Not in a long time.
Rhys?
No, I played like I actually entered the Street Fighter tournament once and got knocked out like in the first round.
Yeah, same mate, same. But her laugh is exactly like Karen's from Street Fighter 3, and apparently that's a trope in Japanese media. Like it's like shorthand for a particular kind of character, and because she's the pirate princess, it makes sense.
Yeah, we all wanted to see her arrive at WrestleMania 36 on a pirate ship, obviously. Coronavirus! Things happened. But I would love to see her become an ambassador in Japan to kind of link across. Obviously, it was All Japan, by the way, Joe, was that promotion you were trying to think of?
All Japan, thank you.
Japan.
Not Noah. Sorry for putting disrespect on your name, Noah.
It'd be good to
who would win in a fight out of
All Japan? Oh my, All Japan.
Kairi Sane's pirate ship or Noah's Ark?
Hey, Kairi Sane's pirate ship. It's got guns.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to see her as an ambassador, because if you're going to pick one of the Japanese talent, who else but her? Like, who better than her? She's class.
Asuka. Anyway, but Asuka's busy.
Yeah, but Asuka's obviously got tied up. You've only got like 5 options out of the Japanese talent. Shinsuke Nakamura's not really doing much.
What about Funaki?
Yeah,
that's true. He's a
number one
SmackDown number 1 announcer.
I just want her to live a good life, and like if they're gonna force her to be an ambassador or whatever, but like she should just go home and live, like
love.
She's made her money. Yeah,
being Stardom. Go back to Stardom
if she wants to. Like just do whatever she needs to. You know?
Well, apparently her initial plan was always, when she was done with WWE, to go and have one last year in Japan before she retired. But that was like a while ago since she said that, so obviously things could have happened since then, like probably before the injuries as well. So whether or not that will happen, like, don't know. This whole situation really is all a lot of hearsay. Really.
This entire situation, it's like, it does remind me a bit of Kenta, but it's not quite as bad.
No,
they had something with Kairi, and they had something
with Kenta as well. But one of the reasons Kenta or Hideo Itami didn't get over was because like his stuff had been done before. Like he obviously invented the GTS. CM Punk took it, did it before him in WWE. Then when Western audience
a bunch of Daniel Bryan's offense. Like part of Kenta, it's all just Kenta.
I've seen Kenta live, and he wrestled a match with a concussion live in London.
What a hero!
It was against Tomohiro Ishii, so of course.
Like, also can I just retract my last statement?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the reason I say about WWE in Japan is the talent in Japan will not sign for WWE from New Japan. People like Minoru Suzuki, Kenta Miyahara, and all of these Japanese icons will not sign for them because they are happy doing what they are doing. WWE will just be going for their young lions and that sort of stuff, and the younger talent. And it's just been interesting. It's just been an interesting dynamic.
I really am against, like, if the Japanese I don't know Japanese wrestling that well, but if Japanese wrestling don't want WWE there, they don't want them there for a reason. So I'll defer to the experts in it.
Japanese wrestling is very anti-WWE because it's just slapping your opponent as fucking hard as you can.
Well, the whole of Japan, just as a culture in general, they're very traditional in everything they do. So, like, I suppose the whole kind of like Japanese wrestling is not, it's not like a new thing. That's something that's been interwoven into their culture for many decades now. So obviously they're not going to like some outsiders like WWE coming in and threatening that. So you can kind of see where they're coming from.
Yeah, I agree. But it'd be interesting to see what happens with Kairi and all of this situation.